Please don't turn this video into a drinking game. Do not take a shot every time I say I don't. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Ken and I'm on a journey to lose as much weight as I possibly can so I can become a fat guy no more. Well, I hope you can hear me. I am obviously not in my usual spot, not at home in my office. Tonight I am down at the lake, Lake Hefner here in Oklahoma City. I love coming down here. We've got some great weather happening right now, so it was a great chance to come down. It's much cooler. What is it? It's currently 81 degrees, just after about 7:30, 81 degrees, and that is amazing. So I wanted to get out of the house and come down and check things out. Got a beautiful sunset happening right out here in front of me. As you can probably see the sun on my face here. Got people running behind me, walking behind me. It's an amazing evening down here at the lake, and I'm glad I came down. I mean, it's spectacular. So I'm going to enjoy myself down here and talk to you guys for a little while. And then I'm going to watch the rest of that sunset. And if my time lapse works out, I'll show you that at the end of this video. Not a whole lot been going on since my last video. I hope you have seen that one, my 2-year update. If you haven't yet, that's the one I'm talking about. Give it a watch if you would for me. I'd appreciate it. I had a lot of fun making that video. You know, looking back over times, I don't have a whole lot of photos of me when I was bigger because I hated the camera. The thought of sitting down and doing something like this, man, that was tough. That was really tough. You saw what those early videos looked like. Man, I hated doing that. But I'm glad I did because at least I had something to look back upon. There's just not a lot of still photos of me around because I prefer to be behind the camera instead of in front of it. I mean, that's just how it's always been. Back in high school, I pretty much carried a camera with me everywhere I went. I took pictures for the yearbook staff, the school newspaper. I even had photos hanging in the football stadium from football games during the years. Talking like 30 years after I got out of school, there's still photos hanging out there that I took. You know, I didn't leave my mark too much at that high school, but I know that anytime I go to that stadium and I walk out through there, I'll be able to see those photos from the state championships back in the late 80s, early 90s, and that makes me proud. So again, not a lot of photos of me. That has changed, obviously. Now I sit down in front of the camera every week, and I've come to enjoy it. Here I am out in public, actually, just sitting here on a park bench down by the lake, just talking away, and I'm comfortable with it. You know, personally, I really don't care what people think. The whole vlogging thing is so mainstream now that most people really don't even take a second look at it. Having somebody like me sitting here talking to you guys, ain't nobody caring. As you can see, you see how many people have been going by me? I don't know, maybe some have stopped and looked. I'm not looking at my screen over there, right over there. I can see, you know, movement behind me, and that's about it. But that's to be expected because the walking path that I do when I come down runs right here behind me and around the lake. So there's going to be a lot of activity behind me, and I apologize for that. But this was the only bench that was available, and it has the best open area for me to do that time lapse. So I wanted to get a pretty good shot of it overlooking the water to the other side where the sun goes down. So let me show you this picture that I took just after I got here. The sailboat just happened to get right in line with the sun in perfect timing for me. I just love that shot. I don't know, something cool, quick shot. Just took it with my phone, nothing fancy. So let's talk about this past week. Nothing major going on. You know, I pretty much just hung out at home the whole time. Now this coming week, I've got some ball games to go to. It's the final homestand for the Oklahoma City Baseball Club, so I'm going to go to a few games. Thursday night will be what they call the Eras Night. It's going to be nothing but Taylor Swift music. Should be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that. Friday night's fireworks. And then this weekend is a special celebration. I can't remember what it is, but it's something they do every year that's supposed to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. And then my wife's birthday is on Sunday. And 1 week from today, as this video goes live, I finally get to have my test, that VNG, the one to find out what's been going on with my head and all this dizziness and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's happening with that. And then if all goes well, the following week, I'll get the clearance to go ahead and go back to work. I've been off work since February, and I'm just itching to get back. I know a lot of people will be like, damn, 6-7 month vacation, that would be nice. No, it's been driving me crazy, honestly. I especially want to accrue my vacation time for next year, all my personal time, my bonus, all that good stuff. I ain't getting any of that. So I want to get back to work. I'm one of those weirdos that likes to work hard so I can play even harder, especially now that I've lost all this weight. I really want to get out and do more, and I can't wait for next summer to be able to get out and have some fun. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers. Unfortunately, my phone is right over there doing a time lapse, so I can't even look at the numbers to see what they are, but I'll go ahead and put them up here. If I remember right, I think my calories were somewhere around the 1,298 per day mark. That's not too bad. I'm targeting between 1,200 and 1,300, so I'm pretty close to that upper end, so I'll take it. Looking at the rest of the numbers, if I remember, my protein was somewhere around the 121 to 122 mark per day. As we know, that's pretty doggone high for me. Normally around 75, but I was way up there. I found out these last couple weeks, honestly, that it is way too easy for me to get protein without even really thinking about it. I started making things like protein peanut butter cookies. They are amazing. Let me show you a picture here of them. Each one of these things has 13 grams of protein in it. Holy cow. I mean, they're spectacular. Now, as anything, when you're talking about protein cookies, pastries, whatever, they're a little chewier than their typical counterpart. That's just because of the extra protein in it, but that's to be expected. And man, it tastes really good. I use PB Fit instead of peanut butter, so it's kind of like a PB2, powdered peanut butter. Brings down the calories, ups the protein, as well as some protein powder. On those, I think I was using my UpNourish brand of vanilla cookie. Adds a really good sweetness to it. They're spectacular. I'll probably end up doing a video for that, for Cooking with Ken. If you happen to want to see that video, go ahead and comment down below if you would, and let me know. And if so, I can go ahead and get one of those made and get that up here within the next, I don't know, few weeks or so. The rest of my numbers, again, I don't have them to look at, but if I remember, they're pretty good all the way down to my potassium levels. I think my sodium was a little bit high. Not totally worried about that, but I believe it was a little bit high. Nothing to be too concerned about, though. So then with that said, what did that do for me on the scale? Well, I don't know. I don't know what happened. So if you had watched my last video, my 2-year update video, and you were eagle-eyed with it, you will have noticed that I said I'd lost 233 pounds. My last weight update, the one before that video, I had mentioned that I was stagnant at 232 pounds lost, so 197 with Mounjaro, and that 1 pound put me at 198. Well, then something happened, and I don't know what. I mean, you saw the numbers there. I'm showing them to you. I'm open and honest every week that I'm on here, but I don't know what happened. I don't really know what it was, but I went up 4 pounds, up 4 pounds. I don't think it's hydration, honestly, because I feel like I'm okay. I'd mentioned before that when I was staying the same there for a few weeks, that maybe it was hydration playing against me, but I don't really think that's it now. My legs don't really feel like they're swelling, or maybe getting back to where they should be. I don't know what it is. And I know I keep saying I don't. Please don't turn this video into a drinking game. Do not take a shot every time I say I don't. Just want to put that disclaimer out there because I don't have a clue really what it is. I have an inkling, a feeling maybe, but I really don't know for certain what it is. And I've got a couple things that I'm working on to see if that's how it's gonna be. So I'm gonna change up my targets for this next couple weeks. And then we'll see how it goes. And I'll talk to you about that in the next weight update video. As I said, I'm going to do those every couple weeks. So next Tuesday, I'll have a video on something else. And then the following Tuesday after that, so what's that, the 24th of September will be my next weight update. And we'll see how it went during that time. But I'm just not sure what happened. It was quite frustrating because I really felt that I was doing good. Up my protein a ways. I mean, I guess that's an extra pretty much almost 50. What's that? 75 to, yeah, almost 50 grams a day. So that's almost 2/3 of what I had been getting. Extra, almost 2/3. So I don't know. I mean, everybody always says more protein is better, right? So if that's the case, I'm not quite sure. I can say too, I have got back on the treadmill a little bit, been doing a little extra walking, not a whole lot. I think I've done 3 or 4 days is all. And I started doing some light curls with like 7.5 pound weights. So nothing major. So I don't know. It's kind of frustrating, to be honest with you. Bang your head against the wall because you're thinking you're doing everything right. You're hitting your calorie mark. You're doing some exercising. You're getting your water in. You're getting your protein in. And then you go up 4 pounds. What in the holy world is that all about? I don't know. But it shot my weight up to 366 and it just stayed there. I kept telling my wife, I think this damn scale is broken. Yeah, I weigh every day and I like to track it that way. And I told her I think it's broken. So I actually had her come in and jump on it just to see if it would give a different response than 366, which if she's getting on it, it dang well better. And it did. It put her right where she thought she was. So I don't know what it was. I really have no clue. And it's been frustrating to me. I've spent a lot of time doing research, a lot of time watching different YouTube videos just to see if I can hear anybody else talk about what they think it might be. So maybe it would just give me that clue, something I could change. I stumbled across a couple things because there's been other things going on as well. And so it kind of ties in possibly, but we'll see. So like I said, I am going to change my targets for this next week starting tomorrow. This is Sunday night. This video will go up on Tuesday evening. So this is Sunday night. You could probably tell as my face is maybe getting a little bit golder. That sun is really going down. It is looking spectacular. Hopefully my phone over here is still doing, let me take a look. Oh yeah, that's looking good. I'm still doing the time lapse. I can't wait to see that. It's absolutely beautiful. I drove by here a few nights ago, going somewhere else. I can't remember when it was, just a few nights ago. And the purples and golds that this sunset was putting off, I wish I'd have been sitting right here for that. The sky it's blue up above, and then it goes kind of to a whitish color, and then goes, I don't know, maybe a little brownish before it hits that beautiful gold right at the horizon. It's absolutely spectacular. And this is a great place to sit and watch a sunset, as I said, because it's pretty much wide open over the lake. So I love coming down here. I said I should have the other night, but instead I went and drove part of Route 66 through Oklahoma City. I love doing that. There's so much to see. So I waited until just before sunset and I went out towards Warwickers, Bethany. So that's west side of Oklahoma City. And I drove it back east. It was about 26 miles or so, I think it said. Took me, I don't know, about an hour and a half. Places I was checking out, driving through, just, looking at everything. If you haven't seen any of my videos on Route 66, I have several from the first part of my trip last year on my other channel, my Kedogn channel, the one I have with my wife. Videos like this one right here. I absolutely loved my trip last year doing all of Route 66. I did it in 2 parts, from here in town to California, and then actually right now, a year ago right now, I was coming through St. Louis. I drove up to Chicago and then drove it all the way back home here to town. And I was in St. Louis, got to go to Ted Drew's, have some of their famous frozen custard. Maybe it's yogurt, I think it's custard. To be honest with you, no offense if you love Ted Drew's, I wasn't a fan. To me, it's just one of those overhyped places, but I'm glad I got the opportunity to check that out. And I stayed that night in Cuba, Missouri, at a place called the Wagon Wheel, a very famous motel on Route 66. But I could literally talk about Route 66 for hours, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about my weight. I think I pretty much covered it. Like I said, in my numbers, I hit pretty much where I wanted on my numbers. I was high on my protein, maybe a little bit on my sodium, but not much to be concerned about. But I went up 4 pounds. So I don't know. I mean, there's no reason for me to hide it from you. It's just the truth. That's what happened. I mean, it happens at times. So it definitely happened this time. Keep moving forward. That's the best I can do. Just keep moving forward, and we'll see what happens over the next couple weeks. And I'll report back to you guys here in 2 weeks on my next weight update. We'll see what happens then. Would I love to be able to report a 3 and 4 pound weight loss drop every single week like I used to? Oh, hell yeah. That's just not reality anymore. It's not like it was back in the day. Now, maybe if I go up to 15, it will, but I don't know. We'll have to see. So still not sure why I went up those 4 pounds. I have an idea. I'm going to make a change. We'll see what happens, and I'll let you guys know in a couple weeks. So That sun is almost down. It's about to touch the horizon. So I'm going to go. I'm going to enjoy the show. I appreciate you coming along. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it if you do that. Of course, give it a good old thumbs up there. Help the algorithm. Drop a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to follow me on my journey to become a fat guy no more, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell so you can get notifications every time I upload a new video.